I'm here live with Hailey Danisewicz, Paralympic Qualifier. We're at the Olympic Training Center. She just finished a training camp with our national team. How'd that go?
It was great. 5.5 days of just jam-packed swimming. So twice a day in the pool, big sessions every day. But it was a really good time.
Awesome. So is there anything you're taking away from this camp?
Yeah. I mean, at this point in the year, you're obviously not going to make any huge changes to the swim stroke, but got a couple of little things to work on that I'm definitely going to bring back home. But really, I think the biggest thing is just putting, a big deposit in the training bank.
Awesome. So you had an incredible season.
I did.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more about how the season went for you?
Sure. I had a great year. I really think that 2015 was a breakthrough year for me. Started off with a win in Sunshine Coast, then followed that up with another win in Camp Tri. The highlight was probably Rio, the test event in Rio. Especially just being able to earn the spot on the team at that race was incredible. Not to mention seeing the course so that I kind of know what I'm getting myself into next year. And then ended it with a second place finish at World Championships in my hometown of Chicago. But I think one of the coolest parts of the season was that 3 of those races involved USA women's podium sweep. So just to be a part of that with my teammates was a really cool opportunity.
Yeah, that's awesome. People are saying that they love your watch. So.
Oh, thank you. I love it too. It does everything.
Yeah, so that's awesome. Such a strong PT2 team. What's it like being up there with those ladies?
Oh gosh, it's amazing. We have something really, really special among the PT2 women in the U.S. Because we are fierce competitors, and we push each other a lot. We're all just kind of right there. When we toe the line on race day, but we, outside of the competition, are the closest of friends. And it's just kind of cool how you can be such good friends, and still push hard on race day. So.
Awesome. And people are asking both, where are you from and what kind of watch?
Well, so I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but Chicago has been my home for the last 6 years. So I'm now a proud Chicagoan, and this is the Garmin 920 XT.
Great. And so can you tell us about how you got your start in triathlon?
Sure. So I actually had no real background in swim, bike, or run prior to 2011. And at that time, I was introduced to an organization called Dare to Try. It's based in Chicago. And, I met a couple people there who basically just said, you should give this whole triathlon thing a try. And I, never really wanted to back down from a challenge, so I said, sure, why not? So I just kind of picked up all 3 all at once, did my first race a couple months later, and just got hooked right away.
Awesome. And who did you train with in Milwaukee? Bob asks.
Oh, I actually got involved in triathlon once I started in Chicago, so no training partners in Milwaukee, unfortunately.
Great. And so what does your training look like this year heading into Rio?
Well, let's see. I guess the thing that I love about triathlon is that, there really is no typical day. But that being said, going into Olympic year, everything is just I'm upping my game everywhere. So, lots of high intensity training sessions, being a sprint distance athlete, it really is just getting in as much intensity as you can in those, 12 to 14 hours a week. And then just a lot of recovery in between. That is the other thing that I learned in 2015, that recovery is really the key to getting faster. And so, with every high-intensity, long training session that you have, I really try and balance that out with, actively recovering.
Awesome. And so what does an average day look like for you?
Well, I usually wake up, have quite a few cups of coffee, usually try and get my hardest session out of the way, whether that's a track workout, power intervals on the bike. I just like to do my hardest set when I'm fresh in the morning, take a couple hours to recover, maybe throw in a strength session, and then my afternoon session is usually a little bit more recovery based. Might have a massage in there at some point, some ART work, but really just kind of trying to, most of my hours of the day are spent thinking about triathlon, whether it's actually training or doing all the other supplementary things that are involved.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like your life has really changed since
Yeah, it sure has.
triathlon started. So you got a taste for Rio when you were at the test event.
Yeah.
What are you most looking forward to?
Oh gosh, I think I'm most looking forward to just being able to represent the United States on the world's biggest athletic stage. It's just such an honor to be a part of it. Sometimes I do have to remind myself that this is really real. But yeah, just to be a part of that whole process. And I've always really loved the Olympics and the Paralympics because it's kind of the one time of year where just every country in the world comes together. And I think that's going to be something really cool to be a part of.
That's awesome. Any other questions from our viewers? Great. Well, we really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today,
Thank you.
and wishing you the best of luck in this coming year.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.